It is Thursday, December 10th, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Today we've got the rundown on the 2021 USAC National Sprint Car schedule. Justin Grant will be back full-time in a sprint car next year. The Silver Crown Series filled their lone TBA. TKS Motorsports has a new driver, and we've got some chili bolt numbers to look at. But first, this episode is brought to you by Blood Lubricants. Blood carries a high-performance line of synthetic racing oils, and they've got you covered for all sorts of dirt racing applications. Engine oils, gear oils, suspension fluid cleaning products, you name it, they've got it. If you aren't a racer, though, Blood carries products for all sorts of other applications, too. They can help you out with your 4-stroke or 2-stroke motorcycle. They've got products for road bikes, ATVs, UTVs, you name it. So if you're going to take that four-wheeler or side-by-side out on the trails this winter, maybe do some hunting or just rooting around, make sure you've got it tuned up with some Blood lubricants. For the racing community, though, they offer a great racer support program that offers discounts on products plus free swag, and they support hundreds of racers across many divisions throughout the country. To check out the support program, find out more information, or to buy, visit bloodlubricants.com. That's BLUD lubricants.com. If you'd like to receive 25% off most products, use code DIRT at checkout. That's DIRT, all caps, at checkout. USAC National Sprint Car Series released their 2021 schedule last night as part of the 2020 Year in Review show on Flow Racing. The calendar will see the series race 50 times next year all across the country. The season will open February 11th through the 13th at Bubba Raceway Park in Florida for the Winter Dirt Games before there's a break until April when the season resumes at Lawrenceburg Speedway on the 3rd. Several events on the schedule feature increased purses, including the Winter Dirt Games and the Corn Belt Nationals at Knoxville. There are 3 new tracks on the slate this year, with Path Valley Speedway, Bloomsburg Fairgrounds, and Circle City Raceway all getting dates. There are also lots of the traditional tracks, including Eldora, Hobstadt, Terre Haute, Lincoln Park, Kokomo, and more. Schedule includes several TBA dates with July 9th and September 9th through the 11th, all listed without tracks. And the season-ending stretch of 5 races between Paris Auto Speedway and Arizona Speedway are all currently without exact dates. Looks like it'll be a really fun schedule, plenty of difficult tests and some new challenges. See the full schedule, visit USACracing.com. On the heels of the sprint car schedule release, TOPP Motorsports announced they will again contend for the USAC Sprint Car Championship with Justin Grant as the driver and NOS Energy Drink as the sponsor. This will be the 4th year for the combination, which finished 4th in the standings in 2020 and collected 5 wins on the year at 34 Raceway, Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55, Plymouth, Terre Haute, and Gas City I-69 Speedway. Grant also had 16 top 5s and 21 top 10s in 27 races. Expect this again to be a potent team and driver combination next year. When we talked about the Silver Crown Series on the show yesterday, there was still a TBA on it for June 26th, but it wasn't TBA for very long. USAC announced yesterday that the series will head to Eldora Speedway on that date. So the series will head to Eldora twice next year, first on June 26th and again September 24th through the 25th for the 4 Crown weekend. There is some speculation that the June 26th Eldora stop for the Silver Crown Series will be in addition to Tony Stewart and Ray Evernham's Superstar Racing Experience Series. We know the SRX plans to race some dirt events, including at Eldora. For more information on the USAC announcement, visit USACracing.com. In some other driver news, yesterday the TKS Motorsports Sprint Car team announced they have selected South Dakota driver Matt Juhl to pilot the 2KS machine in 2021. The team will race at Knoxville weekly and chase some other big shows around the Midwest, including Huset's and Jackson Motorplex. Juhl has been racing at Knoxville since 2014 and finished 4th in the weekly standings in 2020, picking up 3 top 5s in 12 feature starts. Juhl has also made 13 World Outlaws appearances last year with a best finish of 3rd on the opening night of the Jackson Nationals. Jumping back into some Chili Bowl numbers, I've got Saturday results entered in the DIRTRACKR.com database from the previous 5 years back to 2016. Those 5 years amount to 3 wins for Christopher Bell and then 1 each for Rico Abreu and Kyle Larson. We talk all the time about the car counts at Chili Bowl and how many great drivers show up, how difficult the racing is every time out there. There seems to be a few stat categories that kind of illustrate that difficulty, though. One of the stats I've added to Chili Bowl section in recent days is the number of feature starts for each driver. For many drivers, just getting into Saturday night's A-Main is a massive accomplishment. And looking at the numbers, though, it's pretty interesting to see who's made features and just who hasn't. First, only 4 drivers have been in the Saturday feature each of the last 5 years. They are Christopher Bell, Rico Abreu, Tanner Thorson, and Shane Golobic. First three, not really surprising. Bell and Rico are obviously winners. Thorson, incredibly capable, has a ton of USAC wins. I do think it's a bit surprising to see Shane Golubic on that list, not because he's not a talented driver, but because he isn't someone we hear a lot about, kind of throughout the year. He doesn't race with a series full time. He splits time. He does some midget racing, and he does a lot of 410 and 360 sprint car races. So he's not necessarily a name that you would, take a look at and expect to see, somebody that's had a ton of success at the Chili Bowl. But 5 straight Saturday A feature starts is pretty dang good. Behind the top 4, 5 more drivers have made all but one feature in the last 5 years. They are Justin Grant, Tyler Courtney, Zach Dahm, Kyle Larson, and CJ Leary. All are accomplished racers, so not surprising to see this list being in the feature regularly. As you go down the list of feature starters, though, one name that stands out to me is Chris Windom. In the last 5 years, Windom has only 2 Saturday feature starts, and in the other 3 years has been relegated to K-Main and E-Main finishes. I know that some folks will say Windom hasn't been known as a midget driver in his career, but his USAC National Midget Championship year this last year shows he's more than capable behind the wheel. Windham's results at the Chili Bowl are a stark reminder of how tough things can be inside the Expo Center. Those prelim nights are absolutely vital, and if you get behind there, you're just basically trying to play catch up for the rest of the week. So the other stat that jumps out to me is win count per start position. The last 5 winners, 3 have come from second, 1 from third, and 1 from fourth. It's interesting that we haven't seen a pole sitter win in recent years. With the onus on track position, especially in that final race, you'd think that pole sitter would have a fairly sizable advantage. But even with no wins from the pole, those numbers do show how important it is to start near the front. Rico's win in 2016 was from that 4th spot, and he didn't take the lead from Brian Clausen that year until late in the going, and he needed some help from some cautions to get up there and get close. Those 55-lap shows, they just tick off so quickly, and drivers just really can't waste any time making moves. To see more Chili Bowl stats, you can visit dirttracker.com/analytics/Chili Bowl. There are 2 items on the streaming schedule today, with both happening over at Flow Racing. Besides USAC 24/7 tonight, it's the USAC National Midgets who get to take their turn for their year in review show. That will also include the 2021 USAC National Midget schedule reveal. If you'd like to see that full schedule along with links to watch, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. That's it for the show today. I hope everybody has a good Thursday. You can find Dirt Tracker Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe and leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com, and you can follow along at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.